When Dodge finally got around to answering the Mustang and Camaro in 1970, designer Carl Cameron's coupe went wide and mouthy with the sheet metal and put the occupants in a sort of speed bunker behind a big engine. Of course, the Challenger was a child of its era, dependent on a loud throttle and not much else for its performance. Places like Dead Man's Curve thus exacted their butcher's bills. Nowadays, the trend in vintage muscle machinery is to modernize beneath the skin while leaving largely intact the enduring works of Cameron and his contemporaries. That means suspension and brake work, for starters, and the Hotchkis E-Max Challenger is a showboat for one company's relatively affordable bolt-on handling kits. Hotchkis Sport Suspension, in the Los Angeles suburb of Santa Fe Springs, built up the roughly $70,000 E-Max from an eBay find. The black and yellow war paint, the 18-inch Ford Orleans EX3 wheels, $3,900, the Sparco Milano front buckets, $800, and the custom fiberglass air scooping hood notwithstanding, the E-Max isn't a fully re-engineered pro touring overhaul on par with the six-figure '69 Red Devil Camaro we profiled in August 2011. This E-body Challenger, hence the name, which basically means E to the max, retains more of its vintage shaky vibe, with its original 6-pack carb setup atop a cammed-up 340 Mopar small block V8, Ford 0.030 over and rattling the chassis loose rafters through Flowmasters and thundering side exhaust outlets. When it's cold, you can hear each cylinder firing like individual sticks of dynamite, a raunchy Piper's tune that draws out the neighborhood's 14 to 18-year-old male population in herds. A 5-speed Tremec transmission adds a welcome overdrive and digs the 35 24-pound hunk of Teen Fantasy out of a hole briskly. The 60 miles per hour mark passed in 5.3 seconds, but the first couple of upshifts proved bulky, as though the transmission were tired, and pushed the quarter mile to 14 seconds flat. But this particular car is about suspension and stopping. The limbering starts with Hotchkis's $3,341 E-body TV's kit. It means total vehicle system, and it's available for a variety of rides from Hotchkis, whose resume includes making components for Toyota's TRD division. The TV's highlights are new tubular front upper control arms with elegant gusseting and a gleaming silver finish. They diminish bump steer caused by caster gain in the car's original design by lowering the control arm's forward anchor point. Adjustable lower diagonal rods, an anti-roll bar, and quicker steering linkages tighten wheel location and body control while improving steering response. In the rear, new geometry-corrected leaf springs with revised front mounts redirect the vertical motion of the rear axle in cornering to eliminate the factory-tuned bias toward understeer. Lowered and damped by specially tuned Bilstein shocks, a $400 4-pack, the E-Max is one feisty grandpa that can wrestle with any young import in the curves. The $3,000 StopTech Big Disc Brake Kit produces a firm pedal feel and, with the Falcon Azeni's RT615K tires, yields 70 to 0 mph stopping distances that are respectable in the 21st century. There's no stopping time, however, and the Challenger still feels its age over rolling pavement, when the jacking suspension can excite the steering into spastic strangeness. But the suppressed body roll and eagerness to turn and stick the E-Max pulls a big 0.95 G on the skid pad make it an unusually multi-talented muscle car for what amounts to an extra 10 grand or so, if you forego any powertrain upgrades, worth of suspension, brake, and wheel and tire work above a $74 Challenger's purchase price. Gentlemen, start your eBay searches.